All right, I think we're live now. Got a little delay, so as usual. But how is everyone doing, guys? Are you holding up? Did you make it through this little bear market that we're having here? And I'm gonna show you guys both sides because yesterday I was watching Rand's show and he was like, "Yeah, I stepped away and looked at the fundamentals, and I was agreeing with a lot of the stuff that he was saying, but." We're still technically bearish, and I'm going to show you why, and I'm also going to show you guys some really cool stuff today as to what we should be looking for, as to what we should be looking at. I have some really cool stuff that I'm going to show you guys today. Some wicked, amazing. One of my boys, War, you're the man. He actually is one of our guys on our team doing on-chain data metrics. And he was like, bro, check this out. So I'm going to show you guys some of those on-chain metrics to show you who is buying and who was selling and when over the last 2 weeks. And it may be like, oh shit. It will blow your mind when you actually see exactly what it is. So what we're going to do today is we're going to look at, what's going on with Bitcoin, what we should be watching out for, what we should be on the lookout for. And so we're just ready for what's to come, because really that's what's the most important part. So if you're here and you're watching, don't forget to smash on the like and subscribe button, show some support to the channel, but you guys are the reason why I'm here. And so you can also support this channel by doing one really easy thing, by going and sharing this to other people. Now, the reason why I'm asking you to share it to other people today is because most of the influencers I see are giving a lot of hopium on a relief rally. Now, this relief rally could definitely turn and get us more bullish again, and we could have a bottom, but I would caution you on being overly bullish yet, because it's just one day. All right, so when it comes to bad news, what always go great? I don't know, man. It's just that it ends up happening sometimes. So let's look at what is the truth about Bitcoin and what should you really be looking for. So we're going to start on the daily, and you can see there's a head and shoulders. So I was plotting on the 4-hour what Sheldon was plotting on the 1-hour. And I saw this beautiful head and shoulders on inverse head and shoulders, but there's two sides to this coin here. And let me give you both sides. Now for Bitcoin on a 4-hour chart, it's running into resistance. It's reclaimed the 21 EMA. It's retested the 21 EMA, and it's actually almost at that level again. But what I'm expecting to see is something like a shoulder coming back down to this green level, what we call the Tenkan. This is where I would be buying. So I sold at 39, 38.5, a little bit of Bitcoin, and I'm expecting it to come back down, probably to the Tenkan, so around 35.5. I have buy orders set up already. So if you're someone who wants to join in, you do whatever you want, but my buy orders are setting at 35.5. There's going to be a little bit, not exactly, but somewhere in 35.5, okay? Because I never give exact zeros. That's something you should also learn, guys. Never put like 35,000. Do like 35,001 or 35,007. I don't like using even numbers. For some reason, they don't end up working out all the time as much as when I use the 7 or a 3. Weird, right? I don't know. I just do that though. So now we see what's going on with Bitcoin on a bull cycle, right? If we're bullish still, this is what we're doing. But here's my caution for you. We have a fully set up chart on a 4-hour that is bearish. We are underneath the cloud. We had a bearish TK cross that happened way up here. Okay, so that was bearish. Then we went into the cloud. Then we went on the other side of the cloud. Now we looking all the way for here. We should be looking for shorts. Every time you run the resistance, you should be shorting it. You should be shorting resistance. You should be shorting this Tenkan, or this Kijin, which will be resistance. But if it comes down and makes it inverse head and shoulders, what should happen next on a lower time frame is that we should pop into and then out of the other side of the cloud, and then we would retest and go higher. That's the bull case for what would happen. If we reclaimed 45, it'd be quite bullish. Let me just take this 4-hour chart and move it to the daily. Now we look at the daily. Look at the level that I drew it on, right? And then let's look at the daily level. So if we reclaim this level that we lost and we get above it, we'd be in the cloud basically. If we break in the cloud and we get a TK cross that's bullish, right now it's quite bearish, very bearish actually, even hooking down even more. But if we got something like this, let me just delete these arrows here. But if we got up here, We reclaim this level, which is basically where the 21-day EMA is, our Tenkin is, and a level that we've held from traditionally in the past is. These are areas that we'd have to break into, and then we'd have to go out the other side of the cloud. And I think, personally, based off the Chiku span where it is, it's going to take a few weeks. Now, let me just bring you back a little bit. So keep your questions and stuff for a little longer, because I want to give you guys perspective, because everyone doesn't give you the full perspective. Everyone likes to give you hopium. Everyone wants to give you copium. I'm going to give you the truth, whether it's something you like or not. And honestly, guys, I have to say this straight up. People are like, oh, you're so bearish, blah, blah, blah. I am. Do you know how much I stand to lose if this turns into a bear market? A lot of money. Because I have 100 pre-sales that I'm in, that I've invested in, that are coming out still, that are down and wrecked. And I have, investments that I haven't even seen yet. They're not even on the market yet. And if we're in a bear market, this is a bad time to have a lot of money in the market. So no one wishes more that this market stays bullish. But I'm never going to use emotion and get people all excited when they shouldn't be. And I will always protect you guys, my users who watch these videos, because you guys know I keep it 100 no matter what. And I always will, because it's more important to be honest and truthful and straight up and tell you what I see than tell you what I want you guys to see. And that's what a lot of people are doing right now. Let's get them glasses on. My eyes are hurting a bit. What city am I from in Canada? I'm from Toronto, Ontario, Canada originally, but I live in Thailand, beautiful Thailand. Okay, let's see some questions, guys, and I'll get right back to where I'm going with this. No, nothing really crazy. Okay, so let me get back to here. So I want to take you guys on a journey back to a really nice day in March. So back in March, we had this huge dip. And before that, we really weren't bullish yet. So I want to give you guys that bull case and the bear case. We were bullish. We started getting bearish in August. Then we were bearish all through here. We became bullish. Then we became bearish. And then over here, when we had that huge dip, we got through the other side of the cloud from March 13th. It took about 3 to 4 weeks. I think it's going to take 4 to 5 to 6 weeks for us to get out of this, for us to get back bullish again. Now let's go and fast forward to where we're at right now. Where we're at right now is a very similar spot. We had a huge dip. And what comes after the huge dip? Well, if we're going to recover, it's probably going to take till we get to the other side of this cloud. And in my analysis, it's going to take at least till we get to around where this cloud, where this Kumo twisted bearish. And that's like June 18th. So about 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, something like that. I think that will be the time where we get, if we're going to go and start to get bullish again, that's when it would happen. But right now, the reason why I'm saying bear market isn't because I want it to happen. It's because when you're underneath the cloud and you bearish retest and you haven't broken above that level, you are literally creating a dead cat bounce to 45, 47,000, and then it will go back down. That's the scenario. So I could give you all of this stuff, or I could not. Quit stalling already? What am I late for? What are you talking about? Sorry, I missed that completely. All right, let me get some questions. FXF AMA today? Absolutely. FXF has some big stuff planned for long term. Honestly, guys, I'm investing in FXF. I have more money in FXF than I have in a lot of the other tokens that I own, period. I literally have not sold one FXF token since it launched. Not one. And I'm buying in to equity. So I believe in this project, this company, and the people behind it far, far, far more than I do for almost every other crypto company. There's only a few that I really, really, truly would do that. And this is one. Rexdale in the house. What up, Rexdale? Yeah, man. One of my boys, Sheldon's from there. Sheldon Haliman. Played football with him back in the day. Any news on Free? So what's going on with Free? I was basically forced right before this all happened to basically have to make a decision that I didn't want to make. Free is now gone. Don't go into Free. Free is a project that unfortunately I backed and whales were just hurting all of us and using us. That's my bad. But I'm going to start a new coin. and it will be a coach coin, and it will be to be in my club. It will be to get access to my crypto trading courses, access to all the different deal flow that I have, access to myself and webinars. We're going to be doing lots of stuff that are really focused on the community, also merchandising and all sorts of fun stuff. So we're going to make it a real project, not free, not about lockdowns, but about financial freedom. And that's what I believe in. And I think that's really what it resonates with me. But yeah, just give it some time. Developers need to develop a smart contract. There's audits that will have to be done, but it will get done for sure. Elon, couch coin. All right. So here we go. Please don't break up with Ran. You're the highlight of me. No, I love Ran. Ran and I were good friends. Have no problem with Ran. We just may not agree all the time. And that's okay too. we can... that's the way it is. Sift chain, chance to survive. I think Sift chain hasn't even come out for mainnet, so like there's a long way to go for those guys. And remember, they're a pretty strong team, but if we're in a bear market, if we stay bearish and this just starts going down, if we get up here and reject negatively, then we'll go down. Now, what other bull cycle, what other bullish trends that I'm seeing? I have data I'm going to share with you in this stream. Don't go anywhere. This data is freaking awesome. You're going to love it. Not only going to love it because it's great data, you're going to love it because the way I present it to you will be like, holy crap, like the, oh my God, this is so obvious what's going on type of deal. All right, here we go. What do we have here? What if we bought the wrong free coin and there's two? Sell it. I mean, if you buy the wrong free coin, sell it. If you buy I bought the wrong coin many times, the wrong ticker. When I was first starting out, and then I just learned to like literally go on websites and actually find, you become smarter, and that's what you have to do. Globe. Okay. So good question about Globe. Globe literally is an exchange that is going to make derivatives way more, like, you guys don't trade on Binance APIs at a high frequency trading like my company. Binance still to this day is cycling at 10 seconds per cycle, which means that any high frequency trading bots are not working. Mine is like literally working at like 10% at what it was before Binance went down, and it's still not working properly. Their APIs are busted. So, I mean, like, Globe is going to not have those types of issues. Globe, Bullish, FXF, all the new CCAI, all these new exchanges are going to trump the old ones. I'm telling you, a lot of these crappier exchanges that you guys complain about are going to be gone. They're not going to survive, because the next winter there will be real exchanges with more liquidity, with better operations, with actual like customer service, without people being so cheap that they won't pay the extra few bucks in gas so your transactions don't get stuck for 4 hours. That's the kind of stuff we're going to see. So that's what's up. Questions, and I'm going to go back to the stream a second. Coach, my man, we can make it student hoping to be financially free. Dude, if you're a student, you have so much time. Like, you're still really early in this market. We're under $2 trillion market cap. So it will get harder to make money in crypto as the market cap gets higher. When we get to like a $10 trillion market, it's going to be a lot harder to make money in the way we do now. But that's just part of the game. You have to be early. Early adopters make the most profit. But you guys are still the early adopters. Investment banks and all these guys are just starting to look at Bitcoin, right? We're seeing, the big players from the, Goldman Sachs and the Wall Street boys going, whoa, this is interesting now. Okay. And they're just getting in, which means you're not late. You're still early because they're just getting in. And if they're just getting in, they plan to make a hell of a lot more money than they have right now, right? Like, that's the truth. So you have to look at it from that perspective. And the question that you guys all have is, who was selling? Okay, good question. Kathy Wood, Willy Woo, Plan B, stock to flow model all say we're still in a bull cycle, and then it's only a temporary bearish during the bull cycle. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. It could be a temporary bearish movement in the bull cycle. I gave you 2 reasons so far. Here's a 3rd reason. You see the capitulation cycle here. We are almost at the end. And in general, when we get those capitulations, we get the second one, we usually have a longer lull between. So what we're going to probably see is we're going to see acceleration of volume come into the market first, and then you would see this come. But right now, we're not going to get a flashing buy because it's stagnating right here. We need to see that nice build up, and then you'll see a flash buy. When this flashes a buy, we're definitely not in a bear market, but we're in a bearish cycle in the bull market, no matter what anyone wants to say, because technically we are bearish from the chart. There is nothing on this chart other than some things that we can look at in the past that tell us that we should be looking to be bullish here. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys, okay? And that's really important. And yes, the market was over leveraged, and yes, it caused cascades, and yes, it pushed it down faster, just like we saw in March. But no, that is not guaranteed that we're going to just come back because of that either. The people that got washed out are the people that don't have money to lose, are the ones that we want to actually come into the market and make some money. If they don't make money, they're not coming in the market. So you have to understand that. Am I still bullish on Cellframe? Not really, honestly. Their team is really bad at communicating. So, I'm not bearish, I'm not bullish, but I definitely took profit and I'm not in Cellframe anymore. It's one of the projects that I moved out of my portfolio nicely in profit, and I consolidated into other blockchains that I like KSM and DOT, into BNB and ADA and stuff like that. And that was already a while back already. The project did really well. We took our profits. Then I saw the market starting to decelerate. And when I said take profit, I looked at all the bags that I had and I decide which ones I wanted to actually continue to hold. That was on May 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th. Those days, I was literally consolidating out of coins and putting them into ones that I like more. And doing that saved me a hell of a lot of money, because at the same time I was doing that, I was keeping a lot in USDC and USDT at the same time. That was because of how I felt. Only because of that. The market kind of looked like it could go, but I felt like it was time. And sometimes that gut feeling is the best indicator of all. You don't listen to it, you get wrecked. So that's really important. Love ICP. C3 is a great project. I think a lot of the projects that dumped, they're going to have nice recoveries. And only for a short time, potentially. That's true. And honestly, that's the way it's going to be. So let's just go back and let's look at ETH. I want to show you guys the bullish case for ETH. ETH is a lot more bullish of a chart than Bitcoin is. Just to give you some perspective, we're still not at a bearish decay cross. We're still rejected the top. The Kumo top rejected or bounced off the support of the Kumo top and really bounced hard yesterday, where we literally covered the last 2 days of losses and almost the 3 days of losses. And then we kind of tapped that level and it rejected and came back down. This could definitely go higher. ETH is one of the coins right now that's not in as bad of a spot, but it's still not in a great place either. But it's, we go to the weekly on ETH and we have such a beautiful chart here. So came down to our level that was a high in the past, right? Came right down the level. What was at that level? We had the 21-week EMA and it bounced really hard. Now we see that it's kind of stuck between. We would like to pop out of the top of the Tenkin, and then ETH actually wouldn't look so bad. So really what it comes down to is this week. And look, today right now is only Tuesday for me, but in the US they're not even in Tuesday, or they're just starting right now. It's Monday night. And look how much volume in the weekly candle on one day we had. That is a huge amount of volume. It's so much volume. That's 1 day of a week. If we had a day like that 7 days in a row this week, we're going to literally crush probably to the top of whatever we lost last week. So that is a crazy amount of volume. Okay. So keep your eyes on that. Questions. Let's throw them in, guys. How about AVA? AVA, I've never been a big fan. There was kind of some scandalous stuff going on there in the past with the booking.com thing. And I was like, EGLD, great project. Can I check out HydroPaint? I don't know what HydroChain is. There's a lot of shit coins though. Ren, I'm not Ren, but Ren, you said Arweave is coming to Coinbase. Arweave is probably going to Coinbase. Yeah, I don't know for sure though, but it wouldn't surprise me in the least. I've seen MBX yesterday, MobiPay. There was someone who posted something that there's a trust line now with Coinbase and MobiPay, which means that the potential of MobiPay going on to Coinbase is obviously a little bit higher now. So I don't know if that's true. And even if I did, even if I tried to confirm it, I wouldn't be able to. But that's interesting. PSwap. Yes. PokeSwap, my friend Mateo, He's the one who actually is the one. Makoto, sorry, Mateo. But Makoto, he's also the founder of Sora. He is part of the team on PSwap. They've been working on that. I've known about PokeSwap since before anyone even talked about it or anyone even cared, really. Great project. We'll see how that's gonna go, but I think they're gonna do really, really well. They the Sora team. Look how good Sora has done. I think it's like I don't even know how many 100x's still even after the dump. So good project. What about Yield.app? Yield.app, guys, great question. Let me show you something. So if we go to Dex Tools and we look at Yield.app, right? I'm going to show you something real quick here, just because it's a great question. I've seen like 5 or 6 of you ask it. And obviously they're a channel sponsor and we love them. And honestly, if we are going to start a bearish market, putting your capital into Yield.app is a good idea. So we see they've come down and retested this low of the past. It deviated from the low and it retests it now. Yield definitely needs some love. That's for sure. Like, it's not looking good. But remember, Yield.app in a bear market will do extremely well because you'll just put your USDT in and earn profit every month. The liquidity is still good. Everything is still on par. Sorry again. Can't speak, guys. Sorry. Everything's still on par to do what it's supposed to do. And what you're seeing on Yield right here is just... Actually, I'm in the way. Hold on. Let me move myself. You can see that it's come back to this level here and deviated from it really quickly. And now it's retesting. This should go higher. If this goes lower, it would not be good because there's not really much... there's not much support lower. But in the market that we are in right now, these types of coins, Nexo, YLD, BBank... the projects that actually trade for you by you just putting your coins on them, they're going to do really well. Also, Freeway Token. I'm a big fan of Freeway Token, and with their orbitized superchargers that they have, ooh, very beautiful. I'll talk about ShopX in a second. ShopX is definitely not dead. These guys have money. They're not going to be going anywhere anytime soon. Wow, they had a huge pump the other day when they had the prime brokerage announcement. But this is just sitting at 10x. And honestly, this is one of those projects in the bear market. Even now, you could be putting your money in the Bitcoin accumulator, BNB accumulator. Like, there's really good products there. So, you gotta look at it. I'm never going to talk about SafeMoon. It's more of a scam than anything else. And that's all it ever will because it has no use case. Updates on the XRP court case, not sure. Veracity. My thoughts on Veracity are that it's doing what it does. Veracity has been doing extremely well for a while. But you know what I mean? Like, what do you want me to tell you? The chart, it looks like everything else. StackOS chart looks like everything else. Everything else is just in relief mode right now, guys. So all the coins you want me to do stuff with, most of them look the same. You don't know what you should even say, right? Now, question. So I see Definity, suspicious. Occam is the one who are suspicious. I know the guys from Definity. Definity were literally like threatened because they wanted to just go with cards. And they were saying that because Occam didn't seem ready and professional and stuff. There was like some really unprofessional stuff going on. And OccamFi like really just, they threw themselves under the bus being completely unprofessional. So be very careful with those guys, okay? Satori is a cool one. Saito I'm not in. PPay has had a really big correction and probably is going to go on its way back up. SafeMoon has Apple Pay wallet exchange. I will send you a message. Okay, go enjoy your SafeMoon, your scam. The founders, I already know regulators that are looking into them. Good luck. I wish you all the best. Go into scam coins, get what you deserve. That's all I'm going to tell you. I don't have no sympathy for people going into scam coins and shilling them when they really, that's exactly what they are. And the founder has broken so many US laws, it's ridiculous. Like, I am owner of a law firm. I'm telling you, that's a bad investment, okay? That's just a bad investment. Can you, all these cannabis projects, man, like, I don't know if they really should do it, but yeah. So here, look at this. We have all these projects, but I want to get back to the data that I wanted to show you, okay? Because this is more important than all the other stuff. So let's get back to the data. So what are you looking at right now? What I'm showing you here on this chart is this. This chart is showing you on May 4th, who is selling, who is buying, okay? So here on the right-hand columns, we have people that had held 6 months and under. On May 4th until May 13th, all of those people, guess what they were doing? They were buying. What were the whales doing? What were some of the, some of the 6 month, 2 years? So this is probably a skewed bag because some people may have come in different times, done understanding. So this is a bit skewed, but the whales, 2 years and above, what did they do? That same week while all these guys were buying, selling, 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 selling. Okay, what else? What did the whales do when retail panicked? And retail panic pretty much started right around here on the 15th and 16th of May, right here. And if you look right here, right now, on this chart, what do you see? Retail panic sold hard. What did people who've held for 6 months and above, all the way to 2 years do? Every single one of them bought the dip. Every single one of them. Now, not every single one of them, obviously, because there's some people who probably sold. But in general, their wallets went up. They went up a lot of Bitcoin. That's what we showed you in the whale wallet increasing. But this is actually visual proof, verifiable proof based off of forensic data pulled off of chain analysis. So this is stuff that's really important because what it's showing you is this, that whales played you all if you've sold, and that whales just accumulated a lot more Bitcoin for cheaper. Thank all of you for that, because I know I was buying at 31 and 33. And does that mean we're in a bull market yet? No. Does it mean the bull market's over? No. Does it mean we're in a bearish trend right now? Absolutely. Does it mean we're in a full-blown bear market? No. We don't have enough confirmation yet for that. We need to have more confirmation. We need to have a dead cat bounce confirmed. Then we would say, yes, we're in a bear market. But right now, got to be ready for everything. And playing defense is really important. Let's look at the data again. So this is big wallets to small wallets, right? Big wallets are on the bottom. Small wallets are on the top. This is the chart behavior of what wallets were doing. So as you can see, this is them buying. Okay. So this is the new holders buying. This is the whale selling. And you can see the whale sold and sold and sold and sold and sold. And then around about, May 14th, that swapped over and the whale started to buy. And all the people that were buying the week before or that held for a long time for only like 6 months, they were all selling. They were all panic selling. Just what those whales wanted. And their wallets kept increasing. Pretty crazy stuff. Now, let me see if we have any questions. ShopX. Okay, look, I know ShopX it's got wrecked. But you want to know why? This is the sad reality. You want to know why ShopX got wrecked? Because they only gave to everybody. They literally made it so that it was really hard for a fund to get in. Okay? So funds found it really difficult to get in. Right? And funds are the ones that generally, they sell, but they don't sell when the market's dumping. In general, they're not causing the push further unless they want to buy more up. But when I look at ShopX, here's what I see. I see a bottom, okay? I see that people pulled as much liquidity as they possibly could out of ShopX. I see that very clearly. And that's just greed. And you know who's the ones who are doing that? You guys. Retail. Because they made sure to give everyone a piece. Everyone a piece. So they let everyone win. And guess what happens? From them being so nice to all of the retail players out there, their project got freaking wrecked because everyone's so goddamn weak-handed. That's the reality of what happened with ShopX. Is the project still there? Absolutely. Do they have a war chest of funds that they can build? Absolutely. Is e-commerce going anywhere? No freaking clue. No way. No chance in hell it's actually going to expand. Will there a solution save money for people? Yes. Is what they're doing innovative? Yes. Are they the only ones doing it this way? Yes. So what are you worried about? Amazon went to almost zero, and now it's $3,000, or close to it anyways. You tell me. Just think about that for a bit. Sharing up and down. Yep, sharing's going to go up and down. That's okay. Hey, man, big hug. Please, Donkey. I'm Wreck City, but the project's fundamentals are good. Sometimes fundamentals don't really matter, though. So, honestly, guys, like, fundamentals don't always matter. Like, that's the truth. Unfortunately, that is the reality of the world that we live in. Fundamentals matter, but they don't always matter as much as we expect them to. So, keep that in mind, too. Very important. Let me get some more questions. I have a couple more things that we're going to do, and then we're good to go. Coach, does Thailand have THC limitations on the type of hemp you can grow for CBD? Yes, but I have the license to grow cannabis and hemp, so we're good to go. ShopX, no volume, none, zero. Yeah, okay. Yep. No volume, no liquidity, because everyone sold all their tokens. What do you want me to tell you? That's what happened. ShopX got ruined by retail. But the beautiful part about this situation is that it can only go up from here, and it's bottomed right out. People can't even sell if they want to. So, you know, people that are weak-handed, little bitches, sold this into zero, basically. Does that mean the project's not going to come back? No. I bet you this project comes back strong, very strong. But we're just going to have to wait very patiently for that to happen. How about Eternity? Eternity's actually had a nice little recovery. Eternity has a lot of talent signed, man. A lot of talent is signed. They're holding bullets that you guys would call grenades or rocket launchers. They're huge. They have huge, huge names. The market's seemingly recovering here now. Okay, we had a deviation there again. Look, ERN is still, for private sailors, up like 25x. So you got to remember that. And the really, really positive thing on chain with ERN is that over 90% of pre-sales sold all their tokens. They already have 100% of their tokens, which means when the market recovers and when Eternity goes on a centralized exchange and when NFT 2.0 starts, because it will happen again, it'll be a second wave of NFTs, it will moon because it only can go up because there'll be no sell pressure from private sailors or seed rounders or any of that stuff. That's the benefit of that tokenomic model. Same with FXF. FXF has the same tokenomics. No one is getting more tokens. There's no one getting releases to dump on you, which means that the price, when it goes down, is only people that bought, that hold, that sold. That's it. And what's beautiful about this chart is that literally you can buy FXF at the biggest discount ever. I'm telling you, long-term, this project will blow people's minds. It's just patience. All right. And yes, you're right. It's definitely like Amazon, Shopify on blockchain, and ShopX is going to do okay. Just got to be very patient. Wonderful script from Nicola. Okay, some scammer again. Thoughts on Lemonade IDO? I'm buying the shit out of FXF. Good idea. Watch my last vid, people. I don't know, Jay, which video you had, so can't tell you. Okay, so Sunday, yes, Sunday swap. I'm very, very bullish on. Super Farm and Card Starter. Super Farm doing okay. Card Starter doing great. So that's what's up. Coach, how about Stack, Paid, and IOS? So IOS, long-term bag. Paid, I think they're going to come back. I think if we do get what I showed you today, where we do see whales come in and the market goes sideways and comes back, IDOs will come back strong at the end of the year. So I don't think they're done either. And I've heard some really big news that paid us some big announcements coming. So just be patient on that one. Yeah, like I said, Sunday Swap's great. Jig Stack. I pretty much de-risked out of a lot of the launch pads that I had held. And the reason why I did that was because I saw that they were not performing as well. And that was basically when I sold off mostly everything that was launchpad based, pools, and most of these guys like Duck Token. I sold everything, got out of everything, because there's no point in holding anymore at that point, because the market looked like it was ready to have a break from IDOs, and that's why I'm taking a break from IDO. Yeah, block banks to steal right now. Like, everything is cheap. So if you like projects that you really, really like, go and actually do it. The which coins are going to save you? Nothing is going to save you. If you're down, you're down. That's part of it. Lick your wounds, move on. Look, I sold KSM at 350 bucks this morning, and now it's 310. I'll buy it back at 310. Again, maybe even lower. I might even move my level lower again, but I put it right around 310. So we're seeing the pullback starting again on major coins. We're seeing BNB. I sold as well when it tapped off the Tenkin. And that's it. Like, I'm just selling stuff that's super in profit anyways, and I'm waiting for it to drop down, and I'm gonna rebuy it. You know what I mean? Like, the thing is, we could say, okay, we're gonna hold it, and we know it's gonna go back up, but like, we could sell it now, wait for it to drop, rebuy more, and when it goes up, you make more money. So this is like simple strategies that you should be using if you know how to trade to benefit yourself. Same with like Solana, right? Like, bouncing off the daily, the weekly 21 EMA, just like we saw with ETH. Right, so we're seeing lots of stuff. This 200 EMA, like almost every major pair came and tapped it. It's very interesting. Theta is always a blue chip. It's always going to be in my list that you guys can see on this chart. And honestly, like, it's holding that. It's kind of holding and losing that 200 EMA as well. So we're watching all that. And like, honestly, like, so many things are slaughtered, but such like good opportunities if we can get more of a bullish trend again. But we have to wait. Don't be going and buying the crap out of stuff. Don't buy crap coins, right? Stay away from a lot of the coins that are not like blue chips. Cakes and unis are good, but kind of stay away from the smaller caps, right? You want to look at like the major blockchains, etc. Those are the ones that you're going to focus on right now, because that's more important. Guys, stop asking about S-Fund, Polycat, Finance, and Sunday. I already talked about them. MobiPay is extremely exciting. I agree. And yeah, so let's just look at a couple more things here. So we saw this chart. So now we know who bought and who sold. Now we know on Bitcoin what our bullish and bearish cases are. So what we're doing right now, we should be short. We should be short from around there. Gonna short it down to the bottom of the right shoulder, which is going to be around our Tenkin at 35.3, 35.4, 35.5. That's where we're going to buy back in. And if this does play out, this likely will go to the other side of this level, which would be around 45,000. And if it does break out, retest that level, we could see that maybe this will turn into a March 2020, which we saw way back over here. And as we saw, we went below the cloud. It took approximately, from when that dump happened, about 3 to 4 weeks, I believe, to get actually bullish. So this is when we're bullish. So it took about 20 days, so 3 weeks. I do expect us to see that. And we weren't really bullish till we got to here. So it took longer, right? So that's what we're kind of talking about when we say it's not a full-on bear market, but we're bear market right now. The market is bearish. And until we get that move above, we're staying bearish until we get that. And that's the way it is. And look, we could have a capitulation one, and we could wait. Look, that happened, that bubble. It took literally like 18, 19 days for us to see it. So that could happen, and then we could see this start to go back up again. So we're watching and we're waiting, and we got to be diligent about this, because the market gives, the market takes, and it'll take from you if you guys are not prepared. Jimbo Crypto, short bit lord long. Yes, I will short his long. All right, let's see a couple questions, guys. I'm not gonna stay here all day. I think we've been here for like 40 minutes, so we're gonna end soon. So if you got any questions, chuck them in the comments down here. I will look. Linear Finance, it feels like they've lost a lot of the steam that they had built up. I haven't heard anyone talk about it for a while, so you're probably the first person to say that name in like a week. That's not a good thing. Why is RSR so awesome? You hear about, because RSR is basically like, if RSR does everything by mainnet, which they're supposed to do, which is the one thing that people are scrutinizing them about. RSR is a currency where you'll be able to spend it RSV. You'll be able to swap RSR to RSV and spend it anywhere on your phone very simply. Much like, this is the solution for countries that don't have banking. And so RSR, it solves a massive problem, and it has massive investors involved with it, like Peter Thiel. So that's why we like it. That's pretty much, that's the main reason. And I mean, it's a great project. They just need to launch their mainnet. Feels like it's never going to happen. How do you set up the capitulation indicators at the bottom? You have to get hash ribbons. So if you guys want to get that, you just go on here, you type in hash ribbons, and it will be right there. Just write in hash. And this is the one that I use. It just looks for capitulation, and when it flashes a buy, usually we get a little dip and then we go higher. But that's traditionally, anything can change from here on in. Will Cardano outclass RSR? I think, will Cardano? No. I think that Coinbase will list RSR at some point soon, but they need first to have the mainnet be launched, and this is what everything is taking so long for. Mobify seems to be like a long-term project, guys, but I sold mine off before it started. Once it started to dump, when it was dumping, I sold mine off. I didn't want to be waiting. So Mobify, we're gonna wait for that bottom to set. They do have partnerships with R3 Cordo, so that's going to be a very positive thing, but it will take a while for them to really get moving. That's the truth. Okay. One thing I did want to talk about. So last week I said, literally when Musk was talking about the fact that, oh, well, you know, ETH and Bitcoin is such a bad thing, proof of work. I said that he was going to probably plan something to do renewal usage for miners. So don't be surprised when Tesla starts creating some type of renewable energy crypto mining facility, because Elon loves crypto. We already know this. Just something to keep your mind on. And then looking over here at the stuff that probably no one gives a crap about anymore, and that is our private sales that are launching. So today we should see a couple launch today. Shield on the 25th will be today. Cake Monster yesterday, ZK Chaos, Polka Cypher, a bunch of these launched yesterday. I have no idea how they've done, or even if they did end up launching. It's just on our list based off what we found. There's also Polka Alley. There's a lot of projects that literally I turned down SAFs this week for. Just like, listen, man, like I just don't want to be any more risked, because like I said, I have hundreds of Ks in private sales right now that aren't even launched yet. So it is what it is. Swarm, how about Casper in the long term? Casper's a great project long term. Thoughts on Ferrum Network? So Ferrum Network's had a nasty decline. So the long term supporter people, or whoever was backing Ferrum Network, those people stopped. They clearly stopped around $1, and they never came back. And this has been happening since April. So early April, we saw them rise, and we've seen them fall. And they've fallen very, very badly. For me personally, I'm still up over 40x, 50x, I think, or something like that. Because I'm up 25 or 20, 30x at 20 cents. But like, we were buying it at like under a cent in my group, way in the bear market. So, you know, it is what it is. Do I think Ferrum will come back from this? I think that could be a deviation of the bottom here, and then we could see it move back. But right now, it's a bleak place for them, to be really completely honest. So, any questions? My opinions on Matic are that it's a good temporary solution right now, and they're still proving themselves, and DFYN is doing really well, and things on Polygon seem to be working. So that's really what matters. If it's faster and cheaper and easier, and eventually someone makes a wallet that we can use all of our cryptos from without having to make a bunch of different wallets and make it simple, hell, man, that's when crypto really gets adoption. Like, we're close to that, in my opinion. So, new to the channel, nice to see you, the Jinx. Great to have you here. If you have any questions, chuck them in. So, I'll give you guys a couple more. Any idea for C-Swap? So C-Swap, I'm farming it. I've been farming it for like quite some time actually, through cards. I don't know what it's gonna do. I have no idea. I'm just farming the crap out of it, and when they finally release the secret of what it is, I'll be ready. So that's what sometimes you have to do that. Where can I restudy the whales who is buying chart? So guys, you can go on to Skew, you can go on to Crypto Quant, you can go on to, what's the other one? There's another one that just totally slipped my mind. Crypto Quant, Skew, and Glassnode. That's the other one. Those are the three that you want to keep your eyes on. You have to pay for the ones if you want really, really in-depth data, but that is what it is. What's the difference between FXF and ZCX? I don't even know what that what project is, honestly, to be completely straight up. Zen Exchange? I have no idea what Zen Exchange is. No idea. There's like 200,000 fucking projects right now. It's ridiculous. It's actually ridiculous. What do they do? Like, if I knew what this project did, I would be able to give you some information, but like, Unizen. Okay, this is the one that was on L-Pool. This is just an exchange. This has no aggregation. This has no connecting to every single exchange out there. This is just using Binance's liquidity, just like MDX is. So if you guys remember when I talked about MDX, same thing. So Mandala Exchange is no different than that one. So to be completely honest, it's just another meh. How am I feeling about AVX? AVX ecosystem is going to continue to drive up higher and higher, regardless of whatever anyone thinks, to be completely straightforward. So that's the truth. Damn, that Zoo coin just got your attention. Honestly, all of these coins are jokes. Straight up, yesterday, I'll show you guys a really funny one that I bought. I posted this on Twitter. I do this generally because I think it's hilarious and it's trolly and it's funny. So honestly, like this is you know, the stuff that I literally, it's like gambling basically because I don't really take it serious. But like I bought this coin yesterday. It's literally Dickcoin. Like literally, I bought this coin and told my guys about it. We got it on like the first big candle, and we're up like, I don't know, like 200% or 150% or something. It's stupid. Like we do this as jokes, right? But this is not something to be taken seriously. This is not something you should go and invest into. Like. But this is what's going on. They're still, as long as these types of coins are going to exist and people are going to pump them, they're going to stay. So I don't like Dodge and I don't like this shit, but I have fun if I think it was funny. And I literally just bought because I thought it was hilarious. Literally. So it's pretty awesome. All right, Luna. So Luna had this crazy post come out. Let me try to find it from Duquan. Where is he? Can't even find him. Duquan. Where is he? Is it this one? I think it's this one. Yes, Terra Money. Okay. So he made this whole post yesterday how Luna did exactly what it was supposed to do to keep the peg. Now, what happens when Luna kept the peg is it actually had to liquidate Luna to go back into the stablecoin, which caused Luna to have a massive, massive decline. And he actually goes about it all over how he talks about like all of the details of what happened. Luna is a great project, but it did show that it did exactly what it's supposed to do, and unfortunately doing what it's supposed to do caused it to do this. Yeah. So that's pretty brutal. And we're even seeing on here that there's capitulation. But remember, this is only following Bitcoin, so don't pay attention to this unless you're looking at Bitcoin. This is just showing you what Bitcoin's hash rate is. You're not looking at each individual project. So I usually turn the hash ribbons on and off, but right now I have them on all the time because I'm waiting for that blue flashing sign to show up. Then I will go in. Here's what we're seeing right now. Bitcoin and Ethereum are trying to stagnate, but they're going to drop lower. These are going to drop lower. Bitcoin is going to drop lower. I'm quite sure of that. It's going to come down into this pocket here. Right down here. Right to this Tenkin. Keep your eyes out for that. You can see it coming up. Okay, I'll take a couple more questions. Oh, thanks, man. What are my thoughts on Unilend Finance? Thank you for G Viking for that super chat. I didn't even know my super chats work. That's super cool. All right, let me pull up a Unilend chart and we'll have a quick look. Honestly, like the whole market's been really thrashed. So no matter which charts we're going to look at, they're not going to look good. But Unilend Finance is a project that is like basically being a service for other projects. So if you see how Ferrum is done very well, Unilend's doing similar types of things. Now, it hasn't done well because this huge, massive dump. They do have flash loans. They do have good stuff. There's nothing wrong with the team. They have experience, but the DeFi sector is a little bit it's overinflated. There's too many projects doing similar things, so good projects will be missed. But Leo knows this is a great project too. Like there's a lot of people that like this project, but that doesn't mean that it's going to guarantee do well. So that's something we have to be prepared for, but their flash loans and all that stuff are there, so we know it. Convergence Finance, I dumped 100% of my bags because it just looks like, it didn't even have this normal growth. It just died. Look at this. Look at this chart. I'll show you something real quick. Okay. So when you see this, you'll understand what I mean. And we can see that, oh, Gustavo is a scammer posting a coin here. Yeah, we don't like those people. So Convergence, look at this. It's just like pump and dump in death. There's $74,000 left. It does look like split. I'll give you that. But Convergence, no one held. No one did anything. It just dumped. And it didn't even have a crazy pump. People only made like a 15 or 20x. It just completely lost all investor support, including mine. So that is what it is. What about BitClout? So BitClout is, there are real people behind it. There's a real team behind it. They're going forward. They're pushing. So that's all I know about BitClout, to be honest, but they're real. Okay, questions. Thank you. The way in. What are my thoughts on Sif Chain? Really struggle to understand it in comparison to Thorchain. So Sif Chain is a similar team. They're kind of like an added on. Think of like adding on a suite. Arrow one. Think of adding on like a suite of different things to what Thorchain already does. So they're adding more tools, more capabilities, but it's a bigger project and there's a lot that they have to develop. But remember, this is fine. This chart doesn't look unhealthy. Actually, it's one of the ones that didn't get wrecked super bad. I mean, look, April here, we came up and then we came back down, but like private sailors got in 10x cheaper. Most people that got in, like bought in to the original sale, public sale, or got in cheaper. So this is one of the projects that's actually been doing quite well considering. And on top of that, they're not even launched mainnet yet. So there's so much to be built there. And I think it might take a while. RSR, I've been holding on a Sapphire RSR for, I don't even know, years now, and still not mainnet. Sif Chain, we're waiting for mainnet. It's supposed to be in March, then it was supposed to be in October, so maybe October we'll see it. Right now, we just got to be patient. If you believe in tech, if you believe in the projects, and you believe in what they're doing, you shouldn't be worried every single day about what's happening if they haven't even launched yet. Or if they've launched and they haven't even really launched the whole main chain. Like you haven't seen anything yet. All right, good morning, Nazarov. Nice to see you. Alpha Finance from Mr. Cliff. All right, let's give Cliff a question, and then I'll go on to Casper. Thanks, Chester. Okay, so first one was, what was the, oh my God, I totally forgot what I said there. We had BitClout, and then we had Proppy. Proppy is like a really old one. Pre-search. Okay, Casper Labs. Is Casper even on? I don't even think they're on here. I don't think they're on... they're only, I think, on BitMax, right? I think that's the only place that I saw them, and I didn't get in some. Okay, there we go. We can find it. OKX. So how do I feel about Casper Labs? Well, look, the investors that got in when they got in, look what they did to the project. Pretty awesome, man. Launched at $31. Amazing. This dump all the way. I watched this dump. It was like if I was a private sailor and I didn't have my tokens, I would have lost my mind because I watched this dump so hard. So hard. It was redonkulous to watch it live. I don't know what private sale has done, but Casper Labs as a project, first of all, their CEO and one of their board members, top-notch people, Alphabet backing it, Alphabet on the team. These guys are not some small time project. Casper's been working for years, and yeah, you should definitely be looking at this as a long-term potential accumulation once it bottoms out, which it looks like it's kind of doing right now. So that's what I think about Casper Labs. And will they come out and compete? on ETH with you know, the likes of the other L2s. Let's see. Pre-search. Oh my God, there's so many messages. They just flashed and left me. Okay, let me try to find what you guys said. I'm gonna do 3 more minutes, then I'm out. So I'll give you guys one more call, and then we'll do it. So thoughts on Veracity. Again, I shared that a little earlier, so just rewind. If the free, I've already told you guys, free holders, if you bought 1 million free before the snapshot, you will get an airdrop of another coin when it launches. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there, actually. I think that's enough. What happened to Shadows? Your guess is as good as mine. I looked at it one day, and Shadows was in my portfolio worth about $100,000. And then I look at it now, and it's worth like a 10th or 15% of that. But that was already locked up. I couldn't sell it even if I wanted to, so it doesn't matter. But those got super wrecked. Super duper wrecked. It seems like anything that was hyped up, that was holding a high level, got wrecked. Unfortunately, it's really sad. Oh, what's up, D'Angelo? Thank you for the cup of coffee. Good man. I always love coffee. Got one right here. Might as well have a sip while you did that, brother. Thank you. SFI. Okay, so honestly, I didn't expect it to come back down this hard. Like, I don't think anyone expected that, because Coinbase is invested and multi-chain capital is invested. A lot of really big funds invested. I look at this as such an opportunity to invest into a project like this. When it hit $200, that's like, oh my God, it's so good. You know what I mean? So at $200, we definitely want to grab some. They have version 2 of their platform coming out, and I think DeFi is going to have its second wave. We just got to see when. It's going to come. When it comes, I think SFI and Coinbase and multi-chain, all the big players that just invested in these guys, this is a great opportunity. A great opportunity. Really. Seriously. Such a great opportunity that maybe I will actually buy some right now while I'm live on here, just to show you how great of an opportunity it is. Oh, maybe I'll just do it right after, just to keep it shorter. All right, couple more minutes and we're out of here. I have someone who's asking about Earn before I go. I will do that. Thank you very much. Who is that? Chester Aiden. Very, very nice. Telcoin, don't sit on it. I've actually held Telcoin since last bull market. Eternity, back on it. Okay, Eternity has a few things going for it. 1, CXs are coming. 2, some of the talent that has been signed literally will drive the world mad. People will go insane to get the collectibles. 3, long term, they keep buying back from all the sales and putting in long-term holdings. So over time, this number of pooled earn will go down. And obviously, if people buy it, the price will go back up. So just be patient. Remember, 100% already out there. No new tokens coming out yet, which means very good opportunities, right? All of us can win. So that's what I'm saying with Earn. Chainlink's amazing. Love Chainlink. It's really undervalued right now because of that dump. That's a great opportunity as well. I'm going to go, though, because it's been an hour. I love all you guys, and I will see all of you again soon enough. SFI is still anonymous, but you think multi-chain and Coinbase invests if they're anonymous? No, they don't. They actually know who they are. And that's all that we need to know. So, Earn on a super sale. Lots of projects in really good opportunities, but we must be patient. Patient. I will get you guys next time I come live on Friday. And I'll be doing this more often because it seems that you guys really enjoy it. So thank you all for coming today. I'm Coach K. Do check on Twitter if you want to know what's going on the rest of the day. But I'll be here again tomorrow. And I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. See you later, everybody.